Finn the farmer was thrilled to learn that his horse was expecting. This meant he was on the verge of acquiring another horse, which, if it turned out to be a good one, could lead to greater financial success. After months of anticipation, the time had finally come. The mare was about to give birth. However, despite her large belly, she stubbornly refused to deliver. Concerned, Finn decided to get an ultrasound at the local vet. As soon as the veterinarian examined the ultrasound, he'd immediately called the police. The officers informed the vet that they would arrive promptly. It was clear that more than just a veterinarian was needed to assist this animal. Something was amiss in the horse's abdomen, and surgery might be necessary, potentially a matter of life or death. When the police finally arrived, they helped the veterinarian sedate the now nearly lifeless horse. However, their involvement didn't stop there. They also approached Finn. "Sir, you need to come with us. It's urgent," they said. Finn was taken aback. What was wrong with his horse? He answered questions about himself and the horse he had ridden since childhood. After completing the inquiries, he heard a commotion coming from the operating room. "This is unbelievable," the vet exclaimed. But what had the internal examination revealed that left the doctor so shocked? Finn's horse had been carrying the foal for about a year now. Desperate for a second horse, and because he adored his current mount, Felicia, so much, he made the difficult decision to ensure that Felicia could give birth to a foal. Finn needed to locate a certified individual to legally impregnate his horse. He searched for someone who could do this legally for months without success. He questioned whether he would have to concede that his dream was unrealistic and consider getting a horse instead. But eventually, after months of looking, Finn discovered the right man. Due to his prompt availability, he stood in front of Finn's home within days to ensure Felicia became pregnant. Finn eagerly anticipated the moment Felicia would give birth. Even though the procedure had been drawn out and slow, Finn eventually succeeded. He requested a first ultrasound from the veterinarian after a couple of weeks to determine whether Felicia was truly pregnant. Following the ultrasound, the veterinarian provided the results. When the horse was examined, both she and her foal appeared to be in good health, but things did not turn out as expected later in the pregnancy. At first, Felicia struggled to get as much sleep as she had before becoming pregnant. On top of that, Finn was no longer able to accompany her on walks in the stables, which she had truly enjoyed. However, Finn was unable to determine why this was the case. Felicia's agitation increased as the pregnancy progressed. Since the veterinarian assured him that this was typical, Finn believed it would soon be over. However, the week before she was due to give birth to her tiny foal, she hit her breaking point. Felicia resisted giving birth despite Finn making all the necessary preparations to ensure a peaceful delivery. Finn had no choice but to call the veterinarian, but he was asked questions he didn't anticipate. The veterinarian questioned Finn about Felicia's specific behavior. "She was first restless, but now she hardly moves," Finn explained. Finn's responses surprised the veterinarian, who informed him that Felicia needed to be laid out properly on the ground, as it might be time for her to give birth. However, Felicia was hostile, making Finn worry about her potentially attacking him. The vet assured Finn that this was the only way to ensure the survival of both the mare and her foal. Carefully, Finn approached Felicia to minimize her discomfort. After stretching her out, the vet asked Finn to check her stomach for any unusual bulges. To his astonishment, Finn found a small protrusion he had never seen before. Concerned, he asked the vet about Felicia's safety, but the vet's tone shifted as he declared the need for an ultrasound. Finn was instructed to remain calm while the vet promised to arrive in 30 minutes. Unfortunately, the vet got caught in rush hour traffic. Realizing the urgency, Finn suggested that a friend pick up the vet on a motorcycle. After they arrived at Finn's ranch, Felicia was initially immobile, but she began to move as the vet approached. To ensure safety, the vet needed to sedate her, but this proved to be a challenge. The veterinarian needed assistance. Finn and his companion kept their distance from Felicia in the hopes that she would stop acting aggressively, but she became more and more hostile. What should she do now? The veterinarian was aware that she had no other choices. The vet could administer stronger medications than they could, but there were risks involved. Felicia and her foal might not make it out alive. The doctor asked Finn what he desired. Finn couldn't decide between the options. It was quite difficult to choose. He knew that if he made the wrong decision, this could go terribly wrong. But which decision was erroneous? He gave both choices careful consideration before asking the vet about the potential drawbacks of each option. After much thought, he chose to follow his emotions rather than his rational mind. Finn gave the vet permission to administer stronger medications because he knew that Felicia needed to be sedated in order to deliver her babies successfully. As Felicia became increasingly hostile, they initially needed to get to safety. The vet instructed Finn and his companion to leave the stables carefully, but Felicia was less than enthusiastic about the suggestion. Finn was hesitant to leave her in this situation because she had become even more violent than before. Was it worth it? Felicia appeared to be both restless and in pain. For her own benefit, it was best to have her sedated as soon as possible. Finn, therefore, left sooner than he had intended so the vet could perform her duties. The veterinarian prepared the medications and sedated Felicia while Finn and his companion were away. He waited until she was asleep for a while before beginning to get ready for the ultrasound he was about to perform. Both Finn and the vet were under tension during these minutes. Was Felicia experiencing a difficult situation? The ultrasound wasn't as simple to perform as it first appeared because Felicia wasn't in the best position. She was restless. Finn was instructed to help the veterinarian stretch the animal into a favorable position so the ultrasound procedure could then be completed. The veterinarian's tone shifted as she conducted the ultrasound. It gradually changed from being upbeat to negative. Finn was aware of this, but he feared that he would distract the doctor. Later, he regretted not approaching her sooner. The veterinarian informed Finn that she had an urgent phone call to make after spending several minutes examining the ultrasound. Finn, however, was unaware of the vet's intended contact. At first, he became anxious. Were his horses okay? When the veterinarian returned, she reassured Finn that his horses were in good health, but advised that Felicia should take some time off before giving birth to her foal. Finn nodded in agreement and followed the veterinarian inside his ranch. However, after a short while, he heard an odd noise. Finn overheard the police approaching, but he initially had no idea what was going on. Eventually, he understood that the vet had called the cops. Finn was still puzzled as to why she had phoned them. The vet then explained the circumstances. She had discovered something that wasn't supposed to be in the horse's belly along with the foal, and she informed Finn that his horse needed surgery. She had only employed a basic sedative, so she needed assistance from the local police with tools to complete the surgery and adequately sedate Felicia. Finn realized what was going on and soon became calm. He immediately allowed the police officers to carry out their duties on his land. However, Finn could not believe what the policeman said to him when the officer approached. The policeman said, "Sir, you must accompany us. We need to get some information from you." Finn was puzzled by this. What made them want to interrogate him? Nothing he did was incorrect. He chose to respond to their inquiries in order to end the suffering, as he had nothing to conceal. The officers began by posing straightforward questions. Finn had to affirm that he was the person they were speaking with and that the horse in the stables belonged to him. He thought it was strange that the subsequent questions delved into further detail. They wanted to know these things, but why? They inquired as to how his mare initially became pregnant. Finn explained that he spoke with a specialist who could assist him in this matter. He also mentioned that he checked the expert's background to ensure that everything he did was legal. Finn even provided the police with the sources to confirm that his actions were lawful. The police acknowledged that Finn's actions were legal, but still sought additional information from him. Finn was taken aback when an officer pulled out a series of mugshots, asking if he recognized anyone. Shocked, Finn identified the expert who had assisted him with Felicia, realizing he was now a suspect. Concerned about what had happened to his horse, Finn learned that the expert had a history of illegal medical practices. During the ultrasound, the veterinarian discovered a medical chip in Felicia's abdomen, which had been illegally implanted by the expert. The police helped remove the chip and assisted in the birth of a unique foal, which the vet deemed extremely valuable. He informed Finn that the chances of such a creature being born were 1 in a million. Finn had only thought in his head that this horse might be extremely valuable. He named the new foal Sempra, which he intended to keep. After going through everything together, he realized that he and his horse shared a unique bond that he would never be able to break. After all, the cops also succeeded in locating the specialist and taking him into custody. Finn could finally go on to live a happy life on his property with his 2 horses. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with you love. Once also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.